Good evening, everyone. I received a comment on one of my old videos, the video about Scott Roeder being convicted for murdering Dr. Tiller. And it was a very interesting comment, and one that I've heard various variations of in the past. And well, the comment was, all you have to do is Google "life begins at conception" and look at pictures of aborted fetuses to know fetuses are people. And I truly felt the need to respond to this because it affected me deeply. I want to stress that what I am feeling is not pity, because I don't hold you, the commenter, in contempt, and you know who you are. I replied to them, and I'm going to send this to them as a PM, in a PM, but I think it needs to be stated for everyone that I feel sad for anyone who believes this. For anyone who mistakes the feeling of looking at a picture of an aborted fetus and the sadness and pain one feels at a life that has ended or been destroyed, depending upon your point of view, or well, literally both are true. But to mistake that feeling for a proof that someone is a person, or an understanding that a fetus is a person, really makes me sad, because that means that a person who believes this believes that not a prerequisite, but the single most important thing you can do to be considered a human being, not the baseline requirement, but the thing that most captures your humanity, your personhood, your self, your membership in the human race beyond genetics. To be human beyond a purely genetic sense is accomplished merely by being human in a genetic sense. And then you can be a great human, a mediocre human, an evil human, and all sorts of things, but that your humanity, I hope I'm expressing this well, and I hope I'm wrong about what you're thinking, but if the most important thing, if the fertilized egg is a person, is to be valued as a person, then there's very little you can do in your life to top that. I mean, to add to that to any significant degree. The greatest possible work that you could make of your life is already done, and you had nothing to do with it. I mean, yes, it's a necessary precondition for a sperm to meet an egg for a human being to happen, until you get into things like parthenogenesis or whatever. But that's something for the future. But if by being a fertilized egg you have become already the most important thing you'll ever be, if you have already gained the greatest value that you will ever have, if that's your view of the world, that's a very sad place to be. And I can see how it would be, yes, I am inherently this, and yada, yada, yada. But that's so empty. And I don't mean empty in the sense of, oh, there must be something missing. It's because I'm sure that's a very fulfilling way to look at things in a lot of ways. But the way someone, I am sure that the way someone feels when they look at me and say, your life is so empty without God, I'm feeling that way now, thinking your life is so empty without the greatest possibilities of being who you are, and of valuing these things, and by valuing, making real decisions about what you want to accomplish and what you don't, with a true understanding of how they will shape not only your life, but the lives of those who come after you. I hope this makes sense. And I do not mean this as an insult. I did not mean it as an insult. Thank you for your time and attention.